We ask questions, hey!
We have wonders, hey! 6th grade systems that learns their way, hey!
Ooh, we love to learn.
We learn our way because
We make sure we are
kind, respectful, safe, and doing our best!
Let's just see, what are some of your thoughts about it? Cameron?
I think the cooking might be a good idea because for the science it'd be a little bit harder because we put all of our stuff up already and then we have to take everything back down and then re-put it back up. So it'd just be a kind of difficult task for the science people.
Okay. Max?
Well, about our segment, we would not be able to shoot the last part of it because the last part's outside.
Okay.
Wait, but didn't you shoot some footage yesterday on the red camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was...
Not footage you want to share?
Yes.
Okay. Logan?
I mean, with ours in science, we had to wrap the other phone panels in blue so we could just show putting those up.
So you could recreate some of it, but
Yeah.
you're going to miss the live action shots that we were working for this segment, right?
Yeah.
Does anybody else have that same problem? I think Maddie's group. Who's Maddie's group? Who did the ELA? Can you speak to that?
Well, we might be able to get some of the segment in, but the first grade and the kindergarten might be a problem to bring down again.
Because what did you do?
We planned an entire schedule for them, so we would have to plan another one, and I don't know if we're gonna have the camera in that time.
Right, and you had your live action shots of what they were doing for their projects.
Mm-hmm.
What were they doing?
Well, we kind of just filmed them. Like, I filmed the first grade and the kindergarten just reading books and stuff like that, and I asked them to talk about their books. So, I don't really know what the other ones filmed, but that's what I filmed.
Okay. Any other thoughts of the other segments?
I think it would be better just to do the cooking because if we don't and we all have to redo them, then we're on a real crunch to get all the editing in, and we might not be able to finish it on time, which is really our main goal. So if we have enough footage already, why go back and have other people do theirs again and maybe not get it in time?
I just noticed how stressful this is. We just got someone's principal and she said we have to go back and do all the editing all over again. We didn't do that much editing. I know, but if we did a ton of editing and then we lost all the footage, we would have to go back, do everything again, try over again, set up everything, and it's probably going to take about 3 weeks. And then if that fails again,
Right, so you're
then
lucky.
we have to go into overtime, and then we won't have more episodes.
Yeah.
Because-
So what if you had already done all of the editing?
That would be terrible. Oh yeah.
Well, what if we did that, people who could get their, say one segment had stuff that they could get done. We could try and get some people that could film before the deadline and edit it in.
Like Thomas.
Okay, well, Thomas isn't here. He's on vacation, right?
I'll go to Italy and grab him.
You go to Italy. So, okay, so see what you're saying, Catherine.
Yeah.
You want a shot at sort of redoing yours.
Yeah.
But let's look at the continuity and what it looks like on the film as to have the episode as a whole have a beginning, middle, and end with looking like a show rather than just clipping pieces of information together. Think about that. How would you do that?
I don't know.
Yeah, because we really we're going for that look of a show versus just a show and tell, right? We can put on this discussion as footage so people know what happened with a little bit of voiceover or recording over or visual information, and then go to the kitchen footage. Yes?
Well, that's what I was just going to say. We could do this before and then say, like, what happened and how we're not going to be able to do our regular show and how we're just going to have the cooking, and just put this over here with some voiceovers of what is happening, and then just go to the cooking.
I think we should just do like cookie for this one because they have 24 minutes already, which just takes up our entire time. Almost.
Well, it needs to be edited, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's a cooking show, so they had a lot of hurry up and wait. So it'll still need to be edited, and we do have that footage. Yes.
I think we should take a vote.
You think we should have? Are we done discussing first before we take a vote? I agree. Is there what other thoughts do we have before we take a vote? Anybody want to fight for or against one way or the other? Catherine's really the only one that's really said.
But what if we did the cooking show this time? We could get some, because they're almost done, and we would just have to edit, and then we could just keep like most of the same things that we like.
Well, you know what? Because we do have another problem that we're going to have to address is that after this week we only have 3 weeks to put up the December show.
So what if we like take the cooking show for this month, and then the rest of the segments they can have that time to film, and then we just put those segments into next
So
month.
we can use you if you need to rework it because you've already done some of it. You have some more time to rewrite and to rethink how you're going to do it. But you can redo what you've already done. So all of that, like 2 weeks of writing time that you did before you shot your footage is not gone to waste. You can use that same story again. You can use that same segment. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sure it got deleted from the SD card?
Yeah.
Maybe
So,
it got uploaded to a computer or something.
It doesn't take it off the SD card.
It's all right. It's all right.
So I kind of like agree with both ideas. The only problem that might come in the way is like when there's pauses. When there were pauses when we were recording, we might edit those out. So it would probably come down to like between 18 and 20 minutes.
So here's a question. When you're editing, are there things or clips or pieces that you can put in that would enhance what you're doing for the kitchen show, but also could then make your information around Pakistan and Amal even better?
Yes. Plus the intro and the credits will also add some time in. And there's also going to be some like pictures of like what the roadies look like, and just articles on like some things that we wrote about what we were doing, the process, and all that.
Okay. And this. And I think we would have enough. So you want to vote, Logan?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we pretty much have figured out what it is consensus-wise. But so take the vote. Go ahead.
Who wants to redo it all? No. Well, I guess we're going on with the cooking show then.
And then next month we'll do these segments.
Right. And you have freedom to, when we do the storyboards for next month, you can reuse, revise, or change. That'll be up to each group, given the time that we have. But we have only basically 3 weeks for next month's show. Yes. All right. Are we good?
Yeah.
Wow, you guys are great problem solvers.
What?
Hello viewers, I'm Rocco.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Anique, and this is the cooking part of our show.
This year we've been reading a book called Unbound, which is about a girl from Pakistan.
So anyways, today we will be making rotis, a traditional Pakistani food.
We will then take those rotis and make a quesadilla. So let's get started.
First I will add 3 cups of flour,
Next add a teaspoon of salt. After that, I will mix 1 tablespoon of oil with the flour and salt. Finally, I'm going to add 1 warm cup of water to the floury mixture. While she pours it in, I will mix it.
So, anyways, while they're doing that, I'll ask Monique a question. So, in this book we're reading, are there any other food dishes that we're doing?
No.
And also, is there anything about the book that you want to tell our viewers?
It's called Unbound, and it's a book about a little girl that goes to, and she lives in Pakistan, and she loves school, and the schools there, like, they separate the boys and girls, and the boys are more than the girls, so yeah, and then she goes to, there's a guy named Jawad Sahib, and he brings her to his estate, and she has to work for him. So yeah, that's the main part of the story.
How have you enjoyed the book so far?
Yeah.
Now I'll knead the dough. Make sure it doesn't have any lumps in it. Now roll it out. Make sure it's flat. Just remember, before you start cooking, always wash your hands so there's no germs in the food. Try to make it round, sort of like a pizza.
Jack, what's your favorite part of the story?
My favorite part of Amal Unbound is when Amal starts to enjoy being with her friends at Jawad Sahib's.
Yeah. Well, my favorite part is when she gets to go to her family for her friend's wedding. Yeah. And she gets to see her family again.
Yeah.
And when her and Nabila become friends.
Yeah.
Almost done. Now be gentle so it doesn't fall apart. Always remember that if you want it to not stick to the pan, put oil.
And the reason why we're making a roti, is because it's a traditional Pakistani dish. And it's like a flat piece of bread, and like you can make it into a quesadilla, and yeah.
While I'm cooking it, I will flip it after 30 seconds.
In the book, the reason why Amal got taken by Jawad Sahib to his estate is because he wanted her pomegranate, and the pomegranate is seasonal where she lives, and like it was the last one there, and he wanted it, and she said no, and she started fighting back, and he hit her with their car too, and and the pomegranate is very like special to her, and he took her away to his estate. That's why she's there.
As a servant.
And in class, we cut the pomegranate, and to just show the whole class, like the teacher did, and to show the whole class what the pomegranate looks inside, and like that, because a lot of kids like don't know what a pomegranate is or what it looked like or stuff. So yeah.
Anyways, Jack, what's your favorite part of the book?
My other favorite part would be when she goes and gets to see her family with Nabila.
That's probably my favorite part too.
That's cool. The theme of the book is a thing about Pakistan, like how the kids are treated there, people, boys and girls, and like
If
and
it's
like
fair
it's
or
not
not.
fair or not. Yeah.
So the boys are liked more than the girls, which I think isn't really that right. Like, girls are the same. Like, they should be liked more than boys because they do all the hard work and stuff in the book. And then in the book also, there's like Amal, she's a servant and stuff at Jawad Sahib's ground estate place, and there's friends there that she has, and then there's this 8-year-old girl there that Amal teaches because she hasn't gone to school, and so Amal teaches her the alphabet and how to read and stuff, and anything that Fatima wants to learn from Amal. So mostly what the book is about is people helping each other and Pakistan and how hard it is there for them. And yeah.
That's a good way to tell what's going on and stuff. And like the second part of it is like Jawad Sahib like treats his servants like really bad, like, and so yeah, and like when Amal came, the girl Nabila was mad at her because she took her place and like what she was doing for her job there, and like they didn't get along in first, and then at the end of the story like they became really good friends, like, and Nabila tricked her a lot of things. How's it coming, Jack?
It's coming.
That's good.
It's almost done.
And what are you doing, Rocco?
Rolling out another one so we can make a quesadilla.
That's cool. Like,
Yeah.
but it's supposed to be like a round, flat piece, like not like too thick and not like jagged on the ends. Like, yeah. But in the book of Mall and Bound, the roadies they made at the estate building at Jawad Sahib's estate. They made and she thought was good and stuff. Like,
And it reminded her of her own home when she used to make roadies.
yeah, when her mom, it reminded her of her house and her mom. And then like her mom, before she left, her mom had a baby, and like her mom was like really down, and like she had to take care of the baby, and then she had to leave her mom. So it wasn't that good for that. The roti is coming along pretty good so far.
You can almost see the brown spots.
Yeah. It just takes a while because it's very thick. It's supposed to be a little bit thinner, but that's okay. When you're cooking a roti, you have to be careful you do not burn it, make it too thick or like really small. But right here is a good size for it. And yeah.
The same thing when you're cooking for Thanksgiving. I recommend using oven mitts when you're cooking this.
And you might want adult supervision, so you don't burn yourself or burn down where you're cooking. Yeah.
Almost done there, Jack.
Almost done. Smells really good.
I can smell it from over here.
I think this one's about done.
Yeah. You can done.
So we'll set it on the plate here,
Yeah, and Rocco can put it on.
and Rocco will put this on here.
And in the book, I guess they cook this a lot, like because it's like a traditional thing. It's just like a holiday if it's a traditional thing, like a family does a tradition. Like if they like have like family game night or something like that. It's like a traditional food though. So, yeah.
Except, unlike game night with just your family, it's a traditional food around all of Pakistan.
You can do it with your family, friends, or just
Anybody else.
Or yeah, anybody else, or just by yourself. But we recommend to do it like a few people, because it's gonna be a lot easier. It doesn't take so much time.
This one is cooking quick.
And
Good,
we
Stan.
shouldn't forget the cheese if we're gonna make it a quesadilla.
Sounds almost already done. And sometimes this can be very messy. Like
Just
oil on the counter
prepare
and flour.
to be able to clean up after yourself.
And make sure there's not a counter that will not make it seep in or something.
Or get stained.
Yeah, like if it's like white, I would not use it. I'd put like a cooking board or something. So yeah. But if you notice that one's thicker and that one's way thinner and that one's almost done. So
Took
yeah.
way longer.
Afterwards, they do puff up though.
Yeah, so well sometimes it depends on the way you cook them. So like other people cook it different ways. In Pakistan, they cook in all different ways. Like you can cook it like on this pan that you just flip, and then it's like it stays on there. It doesn't fall off, and it makes it cook, and it doesn't make it bubble up like that. But if it's like a regular thing, like if you hold it like this and then flip it, and then it goes. This depends on the way you cook it and the ingredients. But the dough is kind of like a consistency of like really soft clay or Play-Doh or something.
Have you ever had a roti before?
Nope.
What about you, Rocco?
Nope. Have you?
I've had a cheese quesadilla before,
Yeah,
which is kind of like a roti.
kind of. But like in Pakistan, they don't make it into a quesadilla. Like it's like, I didn't say like what they make it with, but like, oh, they make it with meat and like, yeah, they put meat inside of it and stuff, and like all different types of things like vegetables, meat. They don't really make it into a quesadilla. They call it a roti. So. But yeah.
Almost done.
It takes a little while because, you know, it's like cooking stuff. All cooking takes...
Better get ready to put this one on top to melt the cheese.
Yeah, we should have made them like the same size because like one's really small and one's like
Set it on
real big.
So we're almost done, and when we finish, we're gonna eat it. So hopefully it tastes good.
Mm-hmm. I think it's ready, Jack, to put it like, no, don't put it on there. You.
Melting the cheese.
When you set it on the cheese, you want to flatten it so it becomes basically like one.
And so like the cheese doesn't fall out and then it starts smoking on the thing.
Careful you don't burn the cheese, because
Or yourself.
sometimes burning the cheese smells bad.
Really bad. And be careful not to burn yourself either. It'd make life a lot easier.
If you make one of the rotis bigger than the other, you can make it fold over, and so it can become kind of like a wrap.
Yeah, so like the cheese makes it like one thing. And if you want it smaller, like you could cut off the excess, like if you wanted to, excess. If you're not that hungry or like you just didn't want it that big.
Almost ready.
Recipe over there.
Few more seconds, and then we'll take it off and eat it. So, I guess it's time to eat it. Let's cut it into 3 pieces so we can each have some.
I would suggest putting it like up, like that, so it's a lot easier. There you go.
That looks good.
Here you go, Rocco.
Thank you, Cookity Chef.
There you go, Monique.
Thank you.
That tastes good. Almost finished.
Yep.
So, Cookity Chef,
Wow.
what does it taste like?
Cheese.
It kind of tastes like a quesadilla when it's like the thing is hard though. Like when it's like hard when you cook it. Like after it's already like really soft.
Well, bon appetit.